What is going on today, YouTube? I hope you guys all had a great day. And if you're new to my channel, I make daily stock market videos, just trying to teach you guys stuff about the market. And we're going to make a little series going through these companies' financials and trying to see why they're spiking, what's going on here. So if you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and let's get started. As you can see, this stock had a big drop lately in the past 5-6 months. Had a reverse stock split, 1 to 10 reverse stock split, and which is weird because for every 10 shares you had turned into 1, so you'd think that stock price would rise, but it fell instead. And they have had negative earnings. Now, they even predicted, I looked in the news a little bit, and then if you look down here into their earnings per share, they had an estimated negative 130, and they actually returned at negative 123, so that was better news than they expected, and their sales were also increased from what they expected, or their estimate. So I guess that could be a case why this stock has been going up, because it wasn't valued as good as it should have been, even though that's only a few. I mean, that's not too much, and it's still negative, but who knows? It's hard to tell sometimes why these stocks are going up. So I looked a little bit into their SEC filings. And in these filings, first thing I like to do, I like to figure out if I'm looking at a nano stock or a micro stock. So you look here. It says as of February 23rd, 2018, there are 44 million blah, blah, blah shares. If you break this down, it comes out to about 174 million. Remember, micro stocks are less than 50 million. And nano stocks are between 50, 300 million, give or take. That 300 million isn't set, but it's a good number to go off of. So we're going to look down. We're going to look at their risk factors. First thing we look at, we have incurred significant operating losses since inception and cannot assure you that we will achieve profitability. And honestly, I'm just going to go through these bold ones because they tell you the most instead of reading. I mean, if you really want to see farther, you should read into it more. But for the case of this video, to make it short, we're just going to look at the bold. Right here, key fact right here. We currently rely on sales of insulin pumps to generate significant portion of revenue. And any factors that negative impact sales, insulin pump products may adversely affect our business, financial condition, and operating results. So right here, one big problem that you could see could happen to this company in the future. If another company comes out, and well, not even another company comes out, if there's already a company out there that makes insulin pumps great or like better, they have better results with their customers and everything, that's going to severely hurt this company. And they're stating right here, if our sales go down and that's our main product we're selling at the moment, we don't have anything else, they might be in trouble. So that's big. When a company's relying on one product to sell and they lose those sales, you never know what could happen. Key fact right here. Their ability to maintain and grow their revenue depends on retaining a high percentage of our customer base. So if anything would go wrong, say, even I just looked right here, 24/7 technical support, customer care service. Anything goes wrong, say their customers, they're not getting along with the customer service, or their products are just slipping, they're not getting the products to their customers on time, and they start to lose their customers, they're going to start to lose those insulin level sales. If they lose those, then the company's going to be worthless. And I mean, just looking at this stuff, this is going to be in mostly every single penny stock you look at. There's a reason why they are priced this low. There's a reason why, like, it's a big risk. This company could pan out and could be great, and it could be a great investment, but you don't know. These are just why, I mean, that's why they're low priced, and that's why they're high risk companies. Even them saying we operate in a very competitive industry. So, right there. Competitive industry, they're relying on one product and their current customer base. Competitive products or other technological developments and breakthroughs for the monitoring, treatment, and prevention of diabetes may render our products obsolete or less desirable. So if this company says right here it can't keep up with its competition, it will fail. Failure of our products to achieve and maintain market acceptance could result in achieving sales below our expectations. Our ability to achieve profitability will depend in part on our ability to reduce the cost per unit. Failure to secure and retain adequate coverage or reimbursement from our current products, potential future products, and third-party payers could adversely affect our business, financial condition, and operating results. So right here, they're laying it all out for you. They are saying, okay, we need to keep up with we have high competition, we're relying on one product, we're relying on our customer service, we're relying on the customers we have, keep them happy, and get them at like pretty much advertising for themselves to go to get more customers, other people with diabetes. Oh, right here even. Our sales and marketing efforts are dependent on independent distributors who are free to market products that compete with our products. So I'm assuming if their other competitors pay their marketers more, that's saying they're going to get worse marketing, because if they can't, and if they don't have the sales, they can't keep up their marketing because they got to get their money somewhere to keep up their marketing. So those are just a lot key risk factors that I saw in this financial report. And we're also going to go down. The one thing I do like about this company, I was looking earlier, I know it's going down and everything, but sales. You can see since this company started in 2013, their sales are always increasing. I mean, that's a good sign. Gross profit, it's always increasing. Operating expenses, those are the ones that they're trying to keep low. But obviously, to grow your company, you need to get higher too. Right here was a great year. They got their operating expenses less than the previous year, 2015, and their sales increased. So I don't know what they did from here to here, but if they could have did it again from 2016 to 17, that would have been awesome. Maybe price of plastic or whatever they used to build their pumps went up. You don't know. That would be, I mean, you'd have to go way in depth to find that, and you wouldn't find this in the SEC filings. You'd just have to look at plastic price range, or you'd have to figure out what material they use to build their pumps, and see if that was the cause of this operating expense increase, or maybe they hired new employees. Oh, and this is really cool little chart right here that they put in. You can tell. You saw their sales were increasing, so they're not just increasing their price because their amount of units they're selling are also increasing. So they're keeping their price as low as they can while increasing their sales, and their sales have drastically increased. 2012, you figure nothing in March, 9, 204, 844. If all these numbers were gradually going up, that'd be a really, really good sign, because it means they're reaching out to more customers. But it kind of seems like their customers are iffy. Like they're getting some, they're losing some, they're getting some. So don't know. There might be a customer service related issue. It's very hard to tell. Okay, and for the last part of this video, we're going to go down and look at their assets and liabilities. So that's going to be down here. You can type in like Command F, whatever, Control F, and go down to their assets, just type in assets or liabilities. So you're looking at this, and notice here, you guys always want to look at their footnotes, see what they're saying. Issued outstanding shares, common stock, have been restated for all periods presented to reflect the effects of the 1-for-10 reverse stock split, which was effective October 9th, 2017. That's what I showed you guys back here. They had the stock split. Yeah, see, 10-9, the bottom of the screen. So that all checks out, and then 10-9, October 9th. So you go up here, you're just going to look at these. So all these numbers reflect that stock split. So again, for every 10 stocks they're now equal to 1 stock. If you had 10, you have 1. If you had 100, you got 10, so on. If you look, stockholders' deficit, so 2017, 2016, deficit's right here. They are losing money from last year to this year. And this is showing you that they adjusted these numbers so they would represent the stock split that's shown here, so you have a better comparison. And so they lost more money. I mean, their sales are increasing and everything else, but they lost total stockholders deficit. They lost more money. Well, that's because their stock price dropped so much. But they lost money from 2016 to 2017. And you can see in their stock price, I mean, you can really see it went down. Go to 3 year. It's had a big drop from 2016, 2015, even 2017. So, main reason why I wanted to cover the stock is because it's showing signs of positive. It pretty much hit the bottom. I mean, this is the lowest of it's ever been by far. Figure a stock that was up to 345 in 2008 dropped the whole way to 389, and showing signs of upward momentum right now. It's had a couple big gains. It reached new highs out of the past 5 month period, and it might be a stock worth watching. Like I said, their sales are increasing. The company doesn't, it's not a too promising of an SEC filings, but there are good things about this company and bad things. You saw me going through all the risk factors, you saw me going through the numbers, and that's what you're going to get when you look at these penny stocks. But I just want to go through these filings, show you guys just a real quick summary of what's going on with this company. Figure out why they drop so much and if they have potential to go up. And their sales are increasing, so they may have potential to go up, but they are still in a big loss of money. And if they don't figure out a way to fix that loss of money, which that could be getting more customers or so on, but they need to get that under their belt before they can be considered a profitable, safe investment. And you're really, unless their price drastically goes up, you're probably never going to get. And just don't reflect their stock price on the company being good or bad. That you need to actually see if their fundamentals are going to go up, decrease, so forth. So if you guys like videos like this, I can definitely make some more in the future. Just want to run through some of these penny stocks, try to figure out why they're spiking, why they are, and go through their SEC filings. And before we go, I did want to say they do have another form out. They have an S8 that they filed not long ago. And this S8 form, all that is saying that the company offered shares to their employees. So they offered them through a comp plan or in their retirement fund. And that was just offered lately, so they must see some good in their company. And I just want to show you guys that not every penny stock out there is junk. There's actually, they're just small startup companies that are trying to make it. And it's very hard. They're in a competitive market, so it's very hard to do this. But if they can make it, it'd be a great investment. But it's just, that's why these penny stocks are such high risk and so volatile. You don't know what's going to happen. They could come out with news saying, oh, we just locked in tens of thousands of customers, and then their stock price could go soaring back up again. So if you like this kind of video, leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel, and comment below if you got any questions. And I will see you guys tomorrow.